What's up, y'all? It's the Baby Whisper, and I'm back again. And I have a very important video for most of my teachers. Now, a lot of people have been hitting my inbox lately, so I have a little video I like to call Teaching the Teacher. Now, no disrespect to any teacher. Every single year, every single day, a teacher is always learning something. So, what I want to do is give you a couple of tricks because lately, we're exhausted. Why aren't we exhausted? We have more things coming against us. We have COVID. We have more irate parents. We're dealing with more cultures. And there's a lot more on our plate than actually just teaching a person or a child. So I got what I call the Baby Whisperer steps to involving a teacher. Now, involve. Involve is not evolve. Let me get it straight. Well, the reason why I say involve a teacher is because we have not tapped into ourselves when we go to work. We tap out. We tap out because we're tired. We tap out because we are only there to make a paycheck. However, we forgot the reason why I became a teacher. It's not easy to become a teacher. Let's make that very clear. For every teacher out there, whether you teach education, whether you teach sports, whether you teach politics, whatever you teach, it is not easy to become a teacher. Do you know what's easy about being in those classrooms? Is that we love to make a difference in a person's life. So let's hit the first point. Here's my number one rule. You ready? You've heard this all your life. You are the most important part to your classroom. If you're not right, your classroom's not right. Y'all ever heard that when you're a parent? You hear that every day when you're a parent. If you ain't right, your baby ain't right. It's the same exact formula. Why is this? Because you are the control factor of the classroom. If you are stressed out, if you are irritated, if you have a lot going on, you said I leave it at the door. You might think you leave it at the door, but unless you change the fact that you know that you are the important part in this classroom only focuses and functions off you, then your classroom will change. Is it easy when you feel like that you are unappreciated? Is it easy when you feel like you are visible? No. But my grandmother taught me a very perfect thing. And what she taught me was my classroom was my castle. So when I step in that classroom, I'm the queen. Everybody else bow down to me. It's not a arrogant part. It's a part that you understand that without you functioning correctly, your class, your pupils, your students, your babies, they're not going to learn anything. Now here's the second one that I can't do myself. Take a break. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it slower. You ready? Take a break. This is why I say to take a break. Most of us, and I am guilty of it, 16 years and I'm guilty of it too. Most of us go on lunch break. We got our families to deal with. We got paperwork to catch up with. We got parents to talk to. You need 30 minutes of a break. It's called a shutdown moment. Now, I'm not telling you to say, oh, the baby whisper told me I go on break. Girl, I ain't got to call my kids. Yes, you do. What I'm saying to you is you need 30 minutes of a shutdown. And the reason why you need 30 minutes of a shutdown is because we all need to reload. That break that you take, that breath of fresh air, is going to give you a second wind. Because let me tell you, by the time most of us are taking our second wind, our classrooms, if you're in a lower school, our classrooms are asleep. If you're in a higher school, then most of them are going in and out of different classrooms and things. The second part of the day is always the hardest. Why? We've already did everything we were supposed to do. We've already got everything done. The morning is the hardest? No. The morning is the easiest. You walk into work and you're like, girl, let's get it. By the time you get to 12 o'clock, you like, oh no, I'm ready to go home. The reason why you're like that is because that break gives you that second win. And the second win we learn from our kids is the most powerful win of all at the end of the day. And by the time we get to 5, 6 o'clock, we like, I'm going home. Now, taking a break does not mean coffee. A coffee break is what I like to call my little heaven moment. We all need what we call a 15 slither. 15 slither is when those kids are eating. If you're in daycare, here's the greatest thing for me to tell you. When those kids are eating and you have coffee or you have your favorite snack, the reason why I tell you to do that with the kids is because you can engage with the kids, but also you're refilling your body. If you're in a higher school and you need that 15-minute slither, when you give them an assignment to do, take out that little bar and be sitting there like the commercial and be like, that's what you need to do. Okay? Elevate your thinking is number 3. Now, everybody's going to tell me that elevate your thinking is not for teachers. What I mean when I say elevate your thinking, you have to have a philosophy to be a teacher. Do not change your philosophy. I don't care where you're going, where you have been, where you're getting to. If someone tells you that you have to change your philosophy, you need to elevate yourself to know that what you believe in is the reason why you're teaching. If you change your philosophy, you're going to forget the reason. What's the point of you teaching? You're not going to want to be there. You're a body in the building. You're holding back people. You don't want to do that. Teachers evolve people. Teachers train people. Teachers help people elevate their lives. You need to elevate yourself. Put yourself on that plateau and say, this is my philosophy. I'm not changing. Upgrade yourself does not mean to downsize. Now, this number 4 point is extremely, extremely important. And my course that I'm going to have, which is called The Baby Whisperer Teaches, Monkey See, Monkey Do. Downsizing yourself does not mean I get $17 an hour. I used to make $12, but they're going to tell me that I'm wrong about everything. You are important. Why you get that raise? Because you know what you're doing. Don't ever upgrade to downgrade. Don't ever do that. Don't ever sell out. A lot of teachers have sold out because they need the insurance packages, because they need the more things for their family. If you upgrade to downgrade, you have took all your credentials and thrown them out the window for somebody else. Please remember that. Number 5 is hard work doesn't mean misery. Now, I'm one of those crazy people that love 2-year-olds. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I love 2-year-olds because I love seeing the kids come into their own self. This is where they get their attitudes, which is great for me. Because this is when I'd be like, oh, no. But it's funny to see them evolve into their own selves. It is not easy for the early education learners because we have the ones that can't talk. We have the ones who don't want to talk. We have the tantrums. Now, I did get a question from Alyssa Milan. I thought she was one of the girl from Charm. But anyway, she's a teacher from California. And she is a kindergarten teacher that has had her 5 and 6-year-olds throw tantrums. Now, I'm going to take a sip of water because anybody that knows me, tantrum is one of my pet peeves. Girl, this is what I'm going to say. Okay, the baby whisperer is going to make a comment. Most kids that throw tantrums do not know how to communicate. I'm going to pause. Let me repeat myself. Most kids that throw tantrums over the age of 5 don't know how to communicate. Now, I'm not telling you this because I'm telling you that your kids are, what you said in your comment, stupid. The children aren't stupid. What it is that the children are monkey see, monkey do. You know this. The children have learned how to aggressively project themselves on people to get what they want. I know some of y'all looking at me like, what'd she just say? There are 5-year-olds that have learned through their parents how to aggressively project themselves on a person to get what they want. By the time that person is screaming and hollering, either you want to throttle them or you just want to give them what they want to shut them up. Here's what I'm going to say to you. A person that throws a tantrum does not know how to communicate. Now, if you want to know about tantrums, I have a whole course on it. And yes, everybody's been asking me. I do have a course on tantrums. You work very hard every day. You get up, you go to work. You get up, you go to work. You literally have to show a person your experience by teaching other people and them passing the test. That is impossible. However, if you don't love what you do, the drive is not going to be there. You're going to get up and go to work and be like, girl, I want to be here. Then walk out. Walk out. Here's what I say to every female that hit my inbox and said, I don't want to be a teacher anymore. Then don't. However, you're a teacher regardless, because you go home to your children, you teach. Somebody asks you a question, you teach. Somebody knows that you're a teacher and they ask you about something and you get into your groove, you teach. You don't want to be a teacher no more, or you don't want misery anymore. There are plenty of jobs that need good teachers. You do not have to stay with that person that you are in a cycle. We are not rats on a big old wheel. We're not at all. Now, this one here is when my seminar comes out. Now, this seminar is coming out in March. So when this seminar comes out, head check. I don't even have a number for head check because we all need that point where we're going to have to head check ourselves. Listen to me very closely. Head check yourself is that pep talk you get when you get out the car and you be like, I got to do this. Friday's payday. That's head check. But that's head check negatively. Head check is you say a prayer. A simple prayer. Head check is you're in the car and you ask God for anything that you think you should need that day. That's head check. And I pause for a moment because I want you to think about it. I want you to think about what I'm saying about head check. Now, you do 3 head checks in a day. The reason why you do 3 head checks in a day is because you do a head check in the morning before you walk in the building. You do a head check at 12 o'clock, and you do a head check before you leave. The head check in the morning is so you get in the building. The head check at 12 o'clock is so you get through the rest of the day. And the head check before you leave is so you don't take it home to your family. A lot of teachers take home misery to their families. You gotta stop doing that. Your families are worried about you because they know the talent you have. Understand that you know what you need to do. Just do it. You don't need to be miserable. If there's a boss that don't appreciate you, I guarantee you around the corner there's another boss that's going to be like, they lost my game. Trust me. Trust me. Now, this is one thing that I can't do, and I think my best friend will tell everybody. If anybody ever meets him, they will tell you, leave the job at the door. There was times where I would get phone calls at 9 o'clock at night. I got kids of my own. The baby whisperer gets tired. I used to go from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, and I was exhausted by Wednesday. You have to leave the job at the door. Managers, teachers, directors, professors, leave the job at the door. When you hit your front door, that job you're going to be standing outside that door. Leave them at the front door. Put it in a box. Put it in your glove compartment. Leave it there till the next day. Because I guarantee you, the problem that you had when you were leaving, it ain't going nowhere, especially in education. It does not go anywhere. Trust me, it really does not. I'm going to end this video with resilience. Now, the reason why I'm going to end this video with resilience is because, yes, those of you who have looked me up, I did work for Hope Academy in Virginia Beach, and I did get the Resilient Award. I also got the Resilient Award in Norfolk, which I have never worked in Norfolk, but anyway, not in a building. I have consulted in Norfolk. They call me resilient because I can hustle. I'm a female that knows what I can do. There are lots of people out there that likes to tell me what I can and cannot do. The resilient part of me is not the fact that I can hustle. The resilient part of me is that I refuse to let you tell me what I'm worth. Let me repeat that for you. The resilient part of me is that I refuse to let you tell me what I'm worth. Now, most teachers teach, they speak, they bark orders, they don't listen. What I need you to do right now is, if you didn't catch nothing in this video, please catch this part. Every teacher that passed that bar is resilient. If you're not resilient, they're going to break you. Kids are like wolves. They smell fear. You could be down the hallway and there's going to be a kindergartner or there's going to be a 2-year-old that's going to smell your fear and go, oh, here come another one. You don't have time to let someone else tell you what you are worth. You are teaching these children what they are worth. How? Because they will look at you. Now, a lot of people ask me, and I am gonna talk about 4 questions here that I got off my form yesterday. By the way, teachers in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, what's up, y'all? And there's a teaching board that is in Orange County, California. And I'm going to start with this question. Like I said in my other videos, I don't agree with certain things. That is my philosophy. That is my life. I'm not changing my philosophy in my life. However, I'm going to tell you this. For Andrea Knight, who, congratulations that you changed yourself to where you think you should be. What I'm going to say to you is this. In this day and age, everybody is hypocritical. Children are more confused because they have too many choices. I sound like my grandmother. I'm not knocking you. I've seen all your credentials you showed me. I understand everything you have said to me. What I'm saying to you is this. Your resilience of being who you are and still teaching has nothing to do with the haters that's on your back. That just means you're doing the right thing. Do I agree with you changing in the middle of the year? No, I don't. That has nothing, I've said it to you. I don't. The reason why I don't is because it's confusion for the children. You work with 5th graders. They watch TV all the time. I mean, Family Guy's everywhere. No offense, Family Guy, but Family Guy's everywhere. They got a dog talking. So what I'm going to say to you is, how do you deal with those parents? I have a book what is called Dealing with Parents. However, your parents have a right to have their opinion. Now, every teacher has to understand that, yes, we are the educators, but parents have a right to tell us what they want their child not to do. I believe that the educational board has stepped across a boundary. We have no business teaching someone's child something they don't want to. Morals are taught at home, not in the school building. A lot of teachers need to understand that you need to not cross that line. Why are we so tired? That fine line that they got and everybody pushing us, they go, oh, go over that line. Oh, go over that line. Oh, go over that line. I'm a mother first. First and foremost, I'm a mother. And let me tell you something. When we get to that line, I'm like, I ain't doing that. I don't do it. Yes, the baby whisperer bucks back. I don't do it. If we get to that line and somebody say, Yvonne, this is the way it's politically correct. That's nice. If you want me to stay in this building, this is what I'm doing. Religion, we don't go into. Now, if a child is at a Christian school, and the Christian Academy that's in Newport News, Virginia, that had a question, they have children that are Muslim in a Christian school. The teachers are having a problem because they can't say God. I hate to say this, and don't knock me before I say it. If the school says Christian, if you're a Muslim and you're going to that school, hello, the school says Christian. Parents need to understand as well that we are there to do a job. Do not change your curriculum and philosophy for a person. Don't get in the middle of it. We have too many politics in education. It's simple. It's simple. You work your ass off to teach someone's child the same exact thing you went to school for. Teach it and keep going. Have that resilience. Have that worth. Teachers need to know their worth. And at this day and age, if we go by Uncle Sam, we're only worth about $45,000. That's a bunch of bull. We know that. Especially when a basketball player can make $150,000. What life are they changing? I mean, no offense. So, no offense. And hello, shout out to the Knicks, because I know that some of their education teams that they have actually said to me, should I be talking about children in sport, and should I be talking about exercising? Before we exercise a child, can they know how to read exercise? Now, this is where the baby whisperer is going to start at her point of controversy. If you want to ask me to do something, that's nice. I will always take it in consideration, and my manager, Chuck Lewis, will always look at it and say, can the baby whisperer do it? However, I'm going to tell you this. My philosophy will never change. In this seminar, the baby whisperer whispers for teachers, we aren't changing. What's our philosophy? Every child is teachable. Your child is teachable. No child left behind. And I'm going to stop there, because it leads me right into my seminar. Y'all go check it out in March. Teachers, 3 head checks. Come on now, let's get it together. Much love.